On a slightly smaller subject, while Doug was speaking, Department of Interior, he and his people have done a fantastic job on D.C. D.C. is looking beautiful. The fountains are almost all open. We had 28 of them. And we have one in particular, a very long lake, we call it, the reflecting lake, between the Lincoln Monument. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. You take a look at between Lincoln and Washington, you have the longest, like 2,400 feet long. That's longer than the tallest building in the world if you set it on its side. We cleaned it, we fumigated it. We had 10 major truck dumpsters of garbage taken out. Can you believe it? And we got to work on it, and it was supposed to cost almost $400 million, because it's like putting the skin on a skyscraper, but bigger, much bigger. And we're now covering it with the most beautiful blue, very thick. You think of it as a very sophisticated form of rubber. No leaks, no problems, and it's beautiful. It's called American Flag Blue. That was the color we chose. And we are probably 70% finished with it. It's going to be finished. The hard part's done. And when it opens in a couple of weeks, long before July 4th, we want to have it for July 4th weekend, but it'll be long before that, you will see something that's really going to be beautiful. And now we're looking at the World War II fountain, because that's also in pretty bad shape. This is far better. Won't leak. It'll last for 50 years, maybe 100 years. They didn't even know. I said, how long will this last? Oh, I think you'll get 50 years out of it. It will be unbelievable. It's actually exciting. I want to ride over there today if I can. You know, I always have a problem. Secret Service is in love with my walking along, checking the sidewalk, the new sidewalk, to see whether or not they pointed it correctly. So with that, I'm going to ask Pete to talk about some of our great success.
Yes, sir.
Including Venezuela, you might talk.
Absolutely, sir. I think actually your efforts on the reflecting pool are actually a great segue.
There is something happening in Texas. I can feel it in the air. We are building a movement to take back our state and take back our country. We are uniting all Texans on one team to take on this broken, corrupt political system. Ken Paxton is the most corrupt politician in America, and he belongs nowhere close to the United States Senate. Ken Paxton is morally unfit for office. He has failed the character test. He'll lie to you with a straight face. He's the most corrupt attorney general in our lifetimes, and he has put his own interests above the laws of Texas. Those are not my words. Those are the words of Ken Paxton's fellow Republicans. We have an affordability crisis because we have a corruption crisis. They've even called me a vegan, and those are fighting words in the state of Texas. You know, I'm an 8th generation Texan. I've been eating barbecue since before Ken Paxton's first indictment. I also saw that Ken Paxton started calling me Talarico, and I am proud to announce that we have I'm a Talarico t-shirts on our website. So when you go home tonight, make sure you grab one.
На цьому тижні я підготував спеціальний лист. Лист президенту Сполучених Штатів і Конгресу. І вчора лист вже був направлений інституціям у Вашингтоні. Це буває рідко, що лідери іншої держави звертаються так, листом одночасно до президента і Конгресу Сполучених Штатів Америки. Але ситуація зараз така. Треба діяти оперативно, діяти результативно. Важливо, щоб Америка Україну почула. Ми розуміємо, що багато глобальної уваги зараз війні в Ірані. Потрібно припиняти і війну тут, в Європі. Війну дуже криваву, яка триває вже 5-й рік на повномасштабному рівні. І чим швидше ми зможемо дати більше захисту від балістики, тим швидше ми зможемо зробити так, щоб дипломатія спрацювала. Поки Росія покладається на ракети, її інтерес до дипломатії не справжній. Ми маємо це виправити. І можемо це виправити тільки разом з Америкою.
Si no quieres hablar en el terreno que quieras, entonces viene la ley. Porque no le tenemos miedo a Bolivia, nosotros la amamos y no tenemos temor. Un boliviano que le hace daño a otro boliviano tiene que ser castigado por la ley.
No estamos de acuerdo, porque esa no es la solución. Porque esa no es la solución. O sea, lamentablemente este gobierno no ha tenido la capacidad de dar una solución a estos problemas, porque no ha sido pues de un día para otro que le han pedido su renuncia. Tenía tiempo para dar solución a estos problemas, a estos pedidos que tenían diferentes sectores sociales.
Empezaron con unas demandas y al final terminaron con que solo quieren la renuncia. Y si el estado de excepción es la única salida que va a permitir evitar estos bloqueos que nos perjudican tanto, yo estoy de acuerdo con ello, ¿no?
We're bracing ourselves for this being the deadliest industrial tragedy in modern Washington state history. When you have a tragedy of that scale, the impacts on individuals, on families, and on communities is profound. I want to extend my deepest condolences to those who have been directly impacted by the loss of a loved one during this extraordinarily challenging time.
As of this afternoon, 9 individuals remain unrecovered. 7 employees remain hospitalized with injuries. The firefighter that was injured during response has been released from the hospital and has follow-up appointments through the following days. We can also confirm that 1 individual transported from the scene on Tuesday succumbed from their injuries, bringing the total number of confirmed fatalities to 2 of those transported. Operational conditions, it still remains active and it's extremely hazardous in the recovery environment.
We do not know where all 9 are. Through accountability with the Nippon staff, we know 9 individuals are missing.
The mill workers I've talked to want full accountability. They want a comprehensive, unbiased investigation into how this could have happened so the failures can be addressed, so we can have safe jobs, come home to our families at night, and rebuild public trust.